Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into one of the greatest aviation mysteries of our time, the disappearance of Malaysian Airlines Flight 370. With the recent release of the Netflix documentary series MH370, The Plane That Disappeared, public interest in this unsolved mystery has been reignited. In this video, we'll discuss 6 major discoveries made since the flight vanished in 2014. So, let's buckle up and get started. The first major discovery in the quest to find flight MH370 occurred in July 2015, when a piece of debris from the missing plane was found on the French island of Réunion. This discovery marked a significant breakthrough in the ongoing investigation, providing tangible evidence of the plane's fate. Over the next 18 months, a total of 26 pieces of debris were found in various locations, including Tanzania, Mozambique, South Africa, Madagascar, and Mauritius. Despite the numerous debris findings, only 3 of these pieces were positively identified as coming from MH370. These pieces included a wing flaperon, a part of the horizontal stabilizer, and a segment of the right wing flap. The discovery of these fragments allowed experts to analyze ocean currents and drift patterns, which ultimately helped to narrow the search area in the Indian Ocean. This, in turn, allowed investigators to eliminate several potential crash sites that had been previously considered. The discovery and subsequent analysis of the wing flaperon found in Réunion and the piece of the right wing flap discovered in Tanzania led to another significant finding that challenged some of the prevailing theories about the fate of flight MH370. Experts determined that the plane had not undergone a controlled descent, as the damage to the debris indicated that the aircraft had likely impacted the water at high speed and steep angle. This uncontrolled descent finding complicates the theory that a hijacking attempt may have been involved. A hijacker, especially an experienced pilot with malicious intent, could have executed a controlled descent with a specific objective in mind, such as landing the aircraft at a remote location or minimizing the risk of detection. The uncontrolled descent, on the other hand, suggests that the plane may not have been under the direct control of a hijacker in its final moments. The uncontrolled descent theory supports the notion that the plane may have run out of fuel or experienced a catastrophic system failure, causing it to plummet into the ocean. It also raises questions about the state of the aircraft's systems and the actions of the crew in the final moments of the flight. The possibility of a sudden loss of cabin pressure or other critical failures could have incapacitated the passengers and crew, leaving the plane to continue flying on autopilot until it exhausted its fuel reserves. This finding has led to further speculation and investigation into the various mechanical, electrical, or structural issues that could have contributed to the uncontrolled descent. Researchers have examined the maintenance records and manufacturing history of the Boeing 777 aircraft to identify any potential issues that may have played a role in the plane's disappearance. In 2016, a Malaysian police force document was published, revealing that the flight's captain, Zahari Ahmed Shah, had conducted a simulated flight into the southern Indian Ocean several weeks before the disappearance of MH370. This intriguing discovery raised questions about the captain's intentions and whether the simulated flight was a rehearsal for the actual event. Malaysian authorities turned over Shah's hard drives to the FBI, who were able to recover deleted data points from his flight simulator program. The recovered data showed that the simulation's endpoint was reportedly located around 900 miles from the estimated location of the plane crash. While this finding does not definitively prove any wrongdoing on the part of Captain Shah, it certainly adds another layer of complexity to the investigation. Among the many mysteries surrounding flight MH370, the revelation that 2 passengers boarded the plane using stolen passports initially raised concerns about terrorism or hijacking. These passengers, Iranian nationals Puria Nur Mohammed Mehrdad and Delaware Sayed Mohammad Riza had acquired stolen Austrian and Italian passports in Thailand. As investigations continued, it became clear that the two men were likely asylum seekers attempting to reach Europe, rather than individuals with malicious intent. Authorities, both Malaysian and international, found no evidence connecting Mehrdad and Riza to the disappearance of the flight. Though the stolen passports initially fueled speculation and heightened the intrigue surrounding MH370, they were ultimately deemed unrelated to the aircraft's ultimate fate. In 2018, a team of investigators appeared on Australia's 60 Minutes, presenting a controversial theory that Captain Zahari Shah deliberately evaded radar and crashed the plane in a calculated murder-suicide. Martin Dolan, who led the search conducted by the Australian Transport Safety Bureau, stated, "This was planned. This was deliberate, and it was done over an extended period of time." Dolan and other investigators, including Canadian air crash investigator Larry Vance, believed that Captain Shah's actions were a key factor in the disappearance of MH370. Dolan and his team rejected the possibility of a terrorist group being responsible for the disappearance, citing the lack of any claims of responsibility by such groups. They also noted that if it had been a terrorist attack, the perpetrators would likely have sought notoriety or political gain by claiming responsibility for the act. As part of their argument, the investigators pointed to evidence suggesting that Captain Shah had depressurized the cabin, which would have incapacitated the passengers and crew. Additionally, the flight path taken by MH370 was said to be consistent with a deliberate attempt to avoid radar detection, further fueling suspicions about the captain's intentions. Despite these claims, Captain Shah's family has staunchly denied the allegations, maintaining his innocence. They argue that their relative has been unfairly scapegoated due to the lack of concrete evidence or a clear explanation for the disappearance of the flight. The murder-suicide theory remains a point of contention and debate among experts and the public alike. Some argue that the theory is a result of speculation and conjecture rather than hard evidence. In March 2017, a large piece of debris, believed to be from the plane's Boeing landing gear door, washed up on Madagascar's Ansiraka Peninsula. A local fisherman, unaware of its significance, took the debris home and kept it in his garden for 5 years. Upon the discovery of the debris' true origin, British engineer Richard Godfrey and MH370 expert Blaine Gibson examined the piece and concluded that the damage indicated a deliberate attempt to down the aircraft. Godfrey and Gibson argued that the extended landing gear and high-speed impact suggested a conscious effort to hide evidence of the crash. They posited that the pilot may have intentionally lowered the landing gear to ensure the plane sank as quickly as possible after impact, minimizing the chances of discovery. This theory adds yet another layer to the already complex puzzle surrounding the disappearance of MH370. While it is not definitive proof of any specific scenario, it highlights the continued need for further investigation and analysis of the available evidence. In conclusion, the ongoing search for Malaysian Airlines Flight MH370 has led to several significant discoveries, each providing a piece of the larger puzzle. As new information and evidence come to light, our understanding of the events surrounding the disappearance of MH370 continues to evolve. Despite the numerous theories and speculation, the definitive fate of the aircraft and the 239 passengers and crew on board remains unknown. The persistence of investigators, experts, and the families of the victims will undoubtedly continue to fuel the search for answers to one of aviation's greatest mysteries.